Another strategy I use is trading based on weekday gains. Just like the previous videos, I will break it out into 3 parts. Weekday gains trading concept, I'll explain what it is. I'll give you guys some examples, and I'll also share with you guys some of my results on TradeZilla. So weekday gains trade concept, essentially you buy stocks or ETF on a certain day, and then you sell stocks or ETF on a certain day. So this process can be repeated by you just buying one lot, second lot, third lot, or this could be done just buying one lot. You buy, sell, close it out, you rinse and repeat. Now, the beauty about this strategy is it's based on a schedule. So this doesn't involve me looking at any RSI or anything like that. We need some analytics to assist us on what days makes the most sense to buy or sell, right? Based on the weekday, not based on RSI. Here is the premise for weekday gains trade setup. What days have the lowest gains? We'll buy on this day. The second question you have to ask is what days have the highest gains? That's when we sell on this day. Pretty much the concept is to buy stocks or ETF low and sell high. All right, next, let's use some analytics to assist us on which days makes the most sense to buy and sell. So basically the codes import stock prices from Yahoo Finance, and I'm using SQL to analyze these metrics. There's a function that I've written here. It's called process weekday stats, and there's 4 parameters. We have the ticker itself. For this example, I'll use Soxel. I've done this with Soxel numerous times. And we'll use the beginning year is 2023, ending year is 2024. P means previous closing price. Compare it to the current closing price. So let's go ahead and run this function. We have 5 days return. And already, we can tell on Monday shows 18.62 total gains. This means that if we were to calculate the differences between Friday's closing price versus Monday's closing price, we have a total of 18.62. So this is the highest gains by far. On Tuesday, we have negative 12.71. This means that on average, when Monday closed compared to Tuesday closing price, typically it went down. On Friday, we have a negative 8.47 points. That means that on average, when it closed on Thursday, comparing to Friday's closing, it actually tends to go downward. So this tells me that, okay, it makes the most sense to possibly sell on a Monday, because Monday has the total gains. The best day to buy stock sell would be Tuesday or Friday. These two make sense to me. Of course, if you run it based on different year, the result's going to be a little different too. Let's say we run it just for 2024, and this is still year to date from January 1st, 2024 up until November 19th, 2024. So if you run it for the year of 2024, again, Monday is still the highest. Monday is still the obvious day for us to sell 18.62 gains. Tuesday or Friday would be the best days to buy stock sell. Tuesday we have a negative 12.71 and 8.47 on Friday. So it's not much of a difference if we were to factor in the past 2 years versus the current year. So having said that, let me show you guys some examples of what I've done with this strategy. According to TradeZilla, for stocks L, I have a total of 9.3 thousand net cumulative P&L. Profit factor is 3.01. Win percentages 90.83%. And as you can see, I have multiple small profits. Like I mentioned earlier in my previous videos, this is my trading strategy. I don't really aim for a home run. I aim for smaller gains, and it adds up over time. So let's navigate to October 4th. So I open on the 4th, close it on the 7th. So October 4th was a Friday. October 7th was a Monday. Let's go ahead and zoom in on October 4th. Navigate to our executions tab. So on October 4th, I actually broke this out into multiple lots, dollar cost average. So the first lot was, it seems like this was options. It's not actually the shares. So this strategy works on stocks, ETFs, or options. For options, I bought 2 contracts at $4.35. And then later I bought another 2 contracts for $4.32. Another 2 contracts for $4.20. Another 2 contracts for $4.15. Now, based on the codes I ran earlier, it tells me that Monday was the best time to sell it. So I sold it on Monday, and again, the time is not correct because Fidelity doesn't capture the timestamp. So I've added some codes to fudge with the time just for Trezella to process the CSV files. So I sold it at $4.55. So on Monday, which is 3 days later, I closed out my position at $4.55 with 8 contracts. Netted me $236. So this is just one example to use the weekday gain strategy. Let me go back to my codes here, and I'll show you guys how it looks like for SPY. SOXL is probably not a popular ticker to trade, but that's what I've been making money off. Let's go ahead and put in SPY. I know SPY is a more popular ticker. So if we were to trade SPY, according to the codes here, the highest gains appears to be on a Friday. So basically, comparing previous close on Thursday to the current closing on Friday would give us 29.23 points. So this is the biggest number. Now, 29 is actually close to Thursday as well as Monday. So to me, it makes sense to either sell on a Monday, Thursday, or Friday. The best time to buy it would be a Tuesday. According to this, comparing the Monday's closing price to Tuesday current price, we're looking at 9 points gains. So what this tells me is on Tuesday, it actually closed on average lower than Monday. So Tuesday would probably be the best time to buy SPY. If we were to base it off some sort of weekday calendar. But I barely trade SPY because SPY is not as volatile, even though there are plenty of people who trade 0 DTE SPY options. But that's beyond the topic of this video. Let's look at another one. We'll put in QQQ. We'll run it for the past 2 years. The best time to buy QQQ appears to be on Tuesday or Wednesday. On Tuesday, there's a 9.24 gains for the past 2 years. Wednesday is a 7.45 gains. The best time to sell it would be on a Monday or a Thursday. Monday resulted in 31.74 gains. Thursday has a 31.93 total gains. Let's look at Apple. Again, this is just for swing trading, right? So for Apple, the best time to actually sell would be on a Monday. 22.95 gains. Best time to buy it is a Wednesday or Thursday. Wednesday, we have 1.73 points gains. On Thursday is 0.48 points gains. So Wednesday and Thursday would be the best time to buy Apple shares, ETFs, or options. It seems like on Monday, the market closed higher compared to Fridays. Maybe it's the fact that some people are antsy to get back into the stock market. They're probably well relaxed over the weekend, and Monday is where they'll make the big movement. I have another metric here where it's better to run it for day trading, which I will cover in another video. We have to compare the opening price versus closing price. This is meant more for day trading. For swing trading, it's better to compare the previous closing price versus the current closing price. Here are the profit outcome scenarios. Buy first lot this week and sell first lot next week. That's the most simple technique. If the market price dropped next week, then you could also buy a second lot to dollar cost average, lower your average cost basically. If it's something that you're comfortable with. Normally, this works fine with stocks or ETF. For options, just be careful because for options, I would put more criteria when it comes to options. But if you're planning to trade stocks or ETF, meaning non-leveraged ETF, it makes sense to follow this strategy. Even for leveraged ETF, I also dollar cost average. Part C is to repeat this strategy. So you can buy 1 week, let's say on a Friday, sell on a Monday. And that's what I typically do for options, especially. I like to, a lot of time on Monday, the option contract loses value, maybe I'll close it out and lock in some profit. So for selling put options, I actually prefer Fridays, or if we have a long holiday weekend coming up, like let's say Memorial Day is on a Monday, that means that we have a 3-day weekend. Put options or call option, they both lose value over time. So these are some of the strategies I implemented for SOXL. Just to clarify, SOXL, the number that I've displayed earlier here, $9.3 thousand. This is not all based on weekdays gain strategy. Some of these were based on it, but not all, just to clarify that. I have losses as well, so it's not all gains. I'm disclosing my full profit and loss for SOXL. This is really from a combination of RSI 1 hour swing trade, SDO trade setup, and weekdays gain setup. Okay, that's all I have. Appreciate everyone's time. Please like and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.